welcome back to RTN Tonight, Glassboro's favorite mid-afternoon late-night talk show. I'm Parker Bennick.
And I'm Adam Ream. Caitlin Kowalski is currently attempting to climb Mount Everest, so I'm stuck reading her jokes. Just a warning, I have not read them. As always, we've got a great show today, so let's get started with the news.
Recently, a British man made a shocking discovery after purchasing a home endoscope kit and examining his own ears. Suffering from hearing loss over multiple years, Wallace Lee purchased the kit in hopes of identifying the issue, which turned out to be a piece of an earbud from 5 years prior. I honestly can't believe this went undetected for 5 years, but hey, now I know where to look next time I lose an AirPod.
Now for another Florida disaster. Security officers at a South Florida airport have reported finding a handgun hidden inside a raw chicken in a traveler's luggage. TSA officials posted the photos of the gun and poultry on Monday on their official Instagram account. The post did not identify the traveler or whether any arrests were made. This idea clearly wasn't even half-baked. It was raw, greasy, and obviously unsupervised. The only roast happening here is this awful package choice.
On November 11th, an English animal rescuer was thrust into an incredibly strange situation, responding to a homeowner who discovered an eel in their backyard, on dry land. Inspector Sarah Morris claims that in her 24 years of service, she's never responded to such a weird call, and she's also said that the eel was most likely dropped there by a bird. Either that or they're mutating and slithering among us at this very moment. They could be anywhere, literally anywhere. Stay vigilant, my friends.
Guinness World Records are not only created by people, but now birds. A young bar-tailed godwit appears to have set a non-stop distance record for flying 8,435 miles from Alaska to Australia. The bird was tagged as a hatchling in Alaska during the Northern Hemisphere this summer. Guinness World Records lists the longest recorded migration to be 7,580 feet, but ultimately bar-tailed godwit took the lead. Honestly, if I do one more bird story tonight, I think I might crow.
I feel like all I do is joke about animals, but hey, these stories practically write themselves. For example, this one comes from UPI. Watch, last of 11 escaped cows in Louisville resurfaces. Like, how am I supposed to not want to talk about that? Anyway, in relation to the story, the bull, which went missing in October and has been reported to be aggressive towards humans, did in fact reappear in Louisville, but it wasn't recaptured. All we have are eyewitness accounts and low-resolution security footage. The animal is still at large, so essentially, in the year 2022, an escaped cow has effectively become an urban legend. In England, it's eels you need to worry about, but here it's bulls. Crazy world we live in.
Elon Musk has been honored in what could possibly be the strangest way ever. The world's richest man has been hailed as the GOAT. Diehards have commissioned a wild piece of art with a bit of a twist. Fans have created a look-alike statue of the tech's billionaire head atop a goat riding a rocket. The odd piece of artwork costed $600,000 to make for their beloved idol. Either Musk fans are actually rich or he donated to this cause.
I wanted to save the saddest story for last today because as of Monday, November 14th, the Eagles have officially taken their first loss to the Washington Commanders. And I decided to not make a joke about the Phillies losing the World Series, and while it may be wise to do the same now, screw that. Eagles fans have been on their high horse for weeks now, and it's time somebody humbled them. There, I said it. Now comes the real challenge of not getting jumped by their mascot on the way home from the studio. Dude's a real menace.
If you have a childhood memory of floating down the stairs, it looks like you're not alone. TikTok has been exploding with people sharing videos of remembering this occurrence. A user by the name of @SBR Bone and Star posted the viral TikTok, which followed by 12,000 comments and many videos following. The TikToker said, "I'm glad I'm not the only one. I mean, obviously no one can throw themselves down 16 steps and somehow glide to the floor without sustaining some kind of injury. Just so we're clear, however, if you did try to do so, you'd probably suffer a pretty big bump to the head, which could explain the distorted memory." We're now going to take a quick break, and when I come back, Parker is going to interview the very special guest from Cinema Workshop, so stick around.
Welcome back to RTN Tonight. Once again, I'm Parker Bennick, and we're joined by a very special guest tonight, Cinema Workshop's very own Brandon Martin. How are you doing today, Brandon?
I'm spectacular.
That's great to hear. So, as with every guest, we prepared some questions, and
Of course.
this will be Cinema Workshop related. So, first things first, what got you into Cinema Workshop?
Bro, just a love for film that I acquired like back in like the high school. I was like, this is just what I want to do, and I'm ready to meet the people that I need to meet to further my career and just network and just have fun and just make stuff that people want to make.
Awesome. And there's so many different aspects of film, both in front of and behind the camera. And we wanted to know, like, what's your favorite? Like, it doesn't even have to be something that you've done. Just like, what do you want to do? What's your favorite thing about it? Like,
Well, where I come from, there wasn't a lot of people willing to help with when it came to film. So I guess I'm ready to take either role, either behind or in front of the camera. So, but if I had to say, probably in front. You know, there's a little bit of an attention seeker in all of us.
yeah. And even as someone who wants to be an actor, you actually got to direct your first film this past weekend. So we just
Yeah.
want to know how that went.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a silent film fest. It went smooth as butter, and I'm ready to do it again. And I'm excited to see how the final product comes out. I think it's going to be great, and just all the help was wonderful. It was like the best experience so far, and I'm
Awesome.
happy that I could have directed it. It was
Yeah,
great.
and I was on that shoot as well. Brandon did a really good job. So a quick break from the Cinema Workshop questions, but still movie related. What's your favorite film of all time?
Quite easily, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino, his 9th movie. He's supposed to come out with the 10th one soon. I'm waiting on it, bro. Like, I'm ready. It was amazing. Just cinematography, the overall feel, the set design, acting, everything. It was a great experience.
Awesome. Well, thank you for plugging Cinema Workshop, Brandon. Thank you very much for those answers. And you can follow Cinema Workshop on Instagram at Rowan Cinema Workshop. And when we come back, Adam will be putting Brandon to the test on our game segment, No Cap. So stick around.
Hello and welcome back to RTN Tonight. As you know, I'm Adam Ream, and I'm joined by our wonderful guest of the night, Brandon Martin. Brandon is now here to join me in RTN Tonight's game of No Cap. To give you a recap of the game, a timer will start when I ask the first question. From there, you will have to answer 20 opinionated questions as fast as possible. After that, we will match your time with next week's guest and see which went faster.
I'm going to do
Brandon,
better. Let's go.
Are you ready?
Dude, I'm stoked.
All right.
Totes my goats.
Favorite sport to play?
None.
Best fast food place?
In and out.
Right or left Twix?
Right.
Is Pluto a planet?
Nope.
Can you do a
Too small.
backflip?
I don't have the energy for it.
What's your biggest pet peeve?
Being rushed.
Do you like my shoes?
Yes.
Thank you. Why do we brush our teeth 5 times a day?
We do that?
Do you use a washcloth in the shower?
I use a loofah.
What are you thinking right now?
It feels more sensual. Thinking about how sensual my loofah feels.
What's your honest opinion on door handles?
Door handles, I like the more narrow ones. Makes me feel strong.
Do you think I'd look weird in a mustache?
In what way?
Would you press a button that says "Do not press me" for $1 million?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Have you ever thrown a coin
Just
into a
to
wishing
press
well?
it, just to press it. Yeah.
You have? Okay. What do you wish for? Are spiders scary?
No.
If you got $1 for every time you decided not to do what you wanted to do when deciding it, how many dollars would you have?
I would be Jeff Bezos.
Are colors real?
Yes.
Is the glass half full or half empty?
Half full. Always.
What's your favorite food item that starts with the letter M?
Banana.
And that is it. Your official time is 1 minute and 22 seconds. Do you think you will beat next week's guest?
Like by a landslide. Yeah.
I agree.
I loved
with
it.
that.
It was great.
I think so too.
I really appreciate this energy. It was good.
yes.
It was good.
Once
Yeah.
again, thank you so much, Brandon, for being on the show. You were a spectacular guest.
Anytime.
And that's it for tonight's RTN Tonight episode. Have a great night, Glassboro.